This is a project that I created using Bootstrap. The reason why I used Bootstrap was for me to understand and learn how to use frameworks. Let me get straight to it. So I created this header here was already from Bootstrap, and I just put in the logo and replaced the links. And when I came down here, this one was a bit more tricky because what I had to do was make sure that the images were the same size, that when I added the carousel it would actually fit the size and not be odd. Some of the other things that I did was I did these arrows here. The arrows are actually a part of Bootstrap, but I added a background. So as when you hover away and you hover over, you can see that it comes on and off. And also this was one of the challenging things to do, which was the call to action, as I wanted to just have it as this box here, which I successfully have done. And also I wanted it to be slightly transparent, which it is. And transparency in Bootstrap is not the same as using regular CSS. With Bootstrap you have to actually use their opacity, else it just wouldn't work. And also I had to use Flexbox to get this into the center and line up perfectly. And as you can see here, I used a green button, success button, which I got directly from Bootstrap. So let me just press this again to show you, and show you it goes backwards. So this is just all a test. Next I got the cards. I used regular cards without images. Then I got my own images from the icon sites and I placed it in. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I did use container to get these together and put them in columns so that they could fit nicely. Again here you can see that I have a container with another section which I placed a container in so that it could have the image and the text, and I also put it in different rows so it could look kind of different. I mean, so it can be separated and not just one. And scrolling down further, I did the same with, this time I didn't use a row, I just left it in columns, and I also added a card with which I made it. This one I did a little bit of custom CSS, and also with the pricing I separated the two containers. I forgot to mention that I also changed the background colors. This was done with regular CSS. Here's one of my favorite parts. I added the brand logos here. I just wanted I didn't want to use JavaScript right now to make it a carousel, and I didn't feel like using Bootstrap. So what I did is I just left it as separate contained columns. And I just want to mention this, if you hover over it, you can see the color comes into each of them. This is what the effect I wanted to make. I was going to make it glow, but I decided just to leave it plain. So it's just I made a hover effect, and the color is gone once you don't hover over it. This is just a copy from the top with the card and the other section. Here, it may look as simple, but here I had to get the gutter in and also the sizing correctly so that it didn't look kind of strange. And here, again, I put columns, and the bottom I centered the footer text. So scrolling back up, I'm going to go to the next page. Here I added a header with I changed the text and placed a display text to make it a bit bolder, and I created this custom, well, not custom, it's just HTML breadcrumb trail. Here I did button and image. It's like the last one, but this time I shrunk the display text. And here call to action centered. Here now I've got into more bit of depth, and now I'm using cards, but this time with images. This one is just has my image of my face. Again, scrolling down, I added another cards, added as a testimonial what customers are saying. Unlike the last page when there was no image, this time I added image. This is straight card. I just cropped the image and just placed it in the card. Again, this is the same as the last page. I've done this for all the other pages, so I'm not going to mention it too much. This is pretty cool. I got the images, well, not images, the button, the large button, and I placed it next to each other. I can't remember what I used, whether it's rows or columns, but I managed to put that in. And also got a video from YouTube, playable video. I'm going to stop it right there. And here I made it full width section with 3 sections below, but each of them being full width. And I wanted them to be side by side. So there's no cards because I wanted to see how it would look. And also the center here, I think this one I used a straight icon so you can't grab it, and I resized it, which is pretty cool. I didn't put any video or anything or make it linkable, but I just wanted to show the example there. We scroll down and you can see here there's the price table, well, not price table, service table, which is similar to a price table. If you remember on the front page I did something similar like this, but this time I didn't add no black text. I just put the image and I put the text. This is other card that I wanted to make it similar to a price card table. Let's go to the next one. So here I got some, it's supposed to be a portfolio section, and I'm going to show you something cool. So I did cheat a bit to get this effect, but one thing I didn't cheat on was the color. So if you hover over it, it zooms in and it becomes color. The part where I cheated is that I use JavaScript to zoom in and zoom out, but still I wanted to make it have a unique look instead of just me hovering over and it just changes color, as I've done that previously. Now let's go to the final page, which is the contact us page. I got this map straight from Google Maps and I made it full width. I can't remember how, but I made it full width. And below I made a contact form where I've actually put some space between it, made the guttering wider and sizing, and also put space. I wanted to make it similar to a realistic contact form that you would find on another website. And I also have the button here with the spacing around it. On the left, I kept it simple with the enlarged display text to display the text of the details, and below you'll see the address, emails us, contact us, and visits. So this is just the contact information. And overall, I would say when doing this project, it took me, I think, a couple of days, because it was kind of hard for me to understand how to use the documentation, as it was my first time actually using the documentation to learn how to create a website from scratch. I did use MDN previously, but most of the time I was using videos and also W3 Schools to learn how to just use basic code to create basic features. So that's all for now, and thanks for watching.